Uh, yeah, yeah. Well,
what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Fresh, and I'm here with another one, as promised, for you guys. Now that's pretty tight. Now today's dread content is gonna be about your boy Playboy Carti. So if you like the video, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that fun stuff, all that FUN stuff, and enjoy the dread content. Playboy Carti, bow. Now, Playboy Carti, I just started listening to his music, and I gotta say, he got a real awesome, unique, like classic style. I don't know. A lot of people try to imitate him, but he always stands out on his own. He always does his own thing, and that's what I kind of respect about artists nowadays. So looking at his dreads, though, looks like he started off with some twists, like your normal way to start off. If you got 4C hair, which is like the curliest, it looks like he just started off with a front taper, had the fro, and possibly did a dread sponge. New dread sponges are easily bought at Sally's Beauty Supply. It grabs the hair with each individual circle on the sponge. It's like a huge 5 or 6 inch width and length dread sponge, and it's just like a that you rub on your head, and one side's flat and the other side has grooves in it, and it helps to promote the dreads to start, but it won't twist the hair all the way down to the scalp. So as you can see here, probably would have started on when you see like the very tip of his hair before he just let it go and Congo into one. On the side of his head, you can see that split. It looks like a dragon tongue or something like that. That split above his eye right there is a combined lock. Now did it combine on its own? I don't know. Did he manipulate it to combine it and make it like that? I really don't know. But I do love this style because once your hair locks, it's like it just becomes locks. It's your hair. It's the fascination goes away, basically. That any dread hairstyles and all that stuff, because after like year 1 or year 2 or 2.5 years in to 3 years in the journey, you try to find something to revamp the style because it's just the same style that you've been waiting to lock up for a long time. So, like, for instance, me, I started off with a dread mohawk, and now I know I could have both sides, showing kind of like this Cardi B, but without a taper. I just wanted to bring it all around because that's a style I like to look at, and it looks beautiful to me visually. And as you can see, his locks got a lot thicker from just letting them grow out. I believe he might have manipulated that Congo to start up because it looks like, honestly, it looks like he might have had grown it to a certain length, the dreads. And then one day he was just like, you know what? I'm just going to let these grow without no manipulation because I don't see any scarring from crochet needles or any twist and rip going on here in this picture. What I do see, though, is Congos forming up on their own, and they really form up fast on dreads if you don't constantly look at your hair or your scalp or see where all your dreads are. They will do this on their own, and it's kind of interesting. Usually the back of the head is where it starts, but I love this style right here. The ponytails on the sides, owning it, loving it. That's the stuff I kind of like right there. Dreads gives me super confidence. It's like a certain type of swag. Like before dreads, it was, everybody has a fro. Everybody got a fade. Everybody got a dye, something going on. But to have the dedication to have your hair dreaded and to do your own style is really like the most uniquest thing you could do because your scalp's going to itch. It's going to separate. Your dread's going to come out. And at that point, when the dreads come out, a lot of people will just give up right there. They'll just be like, oh, I'm just going to grab my comb, I'm going to comb it out, I'm going to line up, and I'm just going to get, some waves and become a waver or something like that. And I'm like, no, you just need to stick with it because the hardest part about dreads, it's getting past that first part. And you could easily do styles like this. When my hair gets longer, I'll show you a lot of dread styles to do. Now this one coming up, I really dig this one. It was probably a little bit shorter, like more of when he began. You can see the skinny small ones or the manipulated ones, and the bigger, thicker ones are probably the ones he didn't touch as much. Now dreads, they swell up, they get really huge, really big if you don't manipulate it, especially if you have the fro. The fro will eventually turn into the lock, and then the lock will be stronger because it has an anchor of the hair that is anchored to the scalp. So you have just a really big lock with a really strong anchor and a really good foundation. So this is like a perfect length to start with. So that's why it brought me to the realization that he might have been in the earlier stages in this picture. But you can see from this picture how his hair is already forming without him manipulating anything. So I really love this one style. I like it when they're short because the short styles are the ones that take the longest to dread because it's in the beginning of the stage. Because once your hair goes past the budding stage and the starter lock stage, that's it. You got locks. You got dreadlocks. And there's not really much you can do with them. I mean, you could braid them up, do different hairstyles like that, put them up, pineapple it, or shave the sides of your head if you grew a whole full head of hair. But other than that, I mean, it's just dreadlocks. So these short styles like this, I love them. Showing the Congos sticking up in the back, or maybe he might have some ponytail, natural dread ponytails holding them up. I don't know, because I know when my hair started locking, when I first started, they stuck up on end by themselves and they would never lay down. Like it took a really long time for my hair to lay down, and that point right there is when it's like the struggle is real. Like everything is real right there, because if your hair can't lay down and you don't have the confidence, you're gonna look crazy. But you got to still stick with it because that's what dreads are about. Now, these are a little bit longer than that first picture I showed you guys. I really like this one right here, though, because now his hair is finally laying down. He can slick back. He could do like different styles. And that's the point of the dreadlock journey that everybody's trying to get to, where he can lay it down, put it in styles, put it in a ponytail, put it in a pineapple top, or do anything. Start dyeing it. I think people start dyeing it because they really want to see the length of where they were as opposed to where they are right now. Because that dye line also always shows you where your new growth is, and then as opposed to the dye that you put in there. The bad thing about dye is that it will really eat up your dread. It kind of kills the whole process of the dread, of the nap, of the curl pattern, and makes it straight and flat and kills the dreads. It's that chemical process to make it straight and flat. So remember that. Don't go out here getting your regular dyes from the Dollar Tree and try to leave that thing in there and be in like a bathroom sink or a restroom sink in Walmart or Jack in the Box or on the train or at the house, and you're just leaving it in there because you want it as blonde as possible. Please, I implore you, do not do this to your hair. I did it to my hair. I dreaded it. I dyed mine purple, and my dreads started becoming silky. It became fine, and to the point to where my anchors were just slim, barely hanging on. So that's why I had to chop that one. And now I have my new dread journey starting right now. And I love it because now I could actually share and people can follow me along with it. And I'm actually got pictures for every single month I'm going through. So thank you guys for following me. But back to Carti. I love this guy's music. He just got like a swag that is so different. And as you can see, it's just dreadlocks just bring out a whole new vibe. If you love locks, if you're trying to grow locks, it's not that hard. Stay patient, stay educated, stay dreaducated, stay committed. Because if you're committed to something, especially like easy, like hair, I mean, the sky's the limit. I'm married currently right now, and going through these processes of work, struggling, and just life in general, dreads, I feel way more empowered. I feel 10 times stronger than if I had just regular hair. So shout out to Cardi B for showing that swag in them dreads, bro.
Yeah.